Hello, my loves. Welcome back to Vovo Drag Tarot. I hope you've been doing well. So this is a general reading for... Hang on, let me check my notes. The Pisces Collective. So if Pisces is your sun, moon, or rising, this reading is for you. But also keep in mind, it's a general reading. So just take what messages resonate, and if anything doesn't, it just means it's for another Pisces watching on. So today I'm using a Rider-Waite deck. I'm going to use a Celtic Cross to look at your current situation, the challenge you're currently facing, as well as some general advice and a possible outcome. And I say this every time, even though I look at what might be coming up in the future and what a possible outcome might be, just know that you are in control of your own destiny. Make your own choices. So just take this as a chance for you to have a little more insight about your situation and then make your own goddamn choices. It's your life. Yeah, so I'm Joni Vovo. I'm a drag artist based in Sydney's inner west, in Sydney, Australia. Tonight I just finished a gig. It was an epic gig. It was so good. If you're a Sydney local, I was at Vic on the Park in Marrickville, and Down Girl were doing a gig, and it was the wonderful guitarist Kristen's birthday. So I got up mid-set, gave them a little bit of a lap dance. It was fun. It was great. You know, I did a whole happy birthday, Mr. President number. It was a lot of fun. I can't wait to see the photos and videos. Anyway, I digress. So let's jump into your reading. Let me just give the cards another shuffle. We're almost there. Okay. You ready, Pisces? Let's go. So, your current energy. Oh, Page of Wands upside down. So wands are all about your passion, your inspiration, what drives you, what you feel motivated to move towards. And pages are always they're a bit more passive, they're a bit more observant. And so the Page of Wands, it's kind of like they've got energy ready to go. They're like, what direction should I go in? What should I pursue? Where should I go? And, you know, they're very much keen to like tag along. They're like, yeah, what's everyone else doing? I'm going to do that. That sounds great. But upside down, it feels like perhaps you're a bit lost. Maybe you've been looking very much outside of you, saying, you know, oh, what's everyone else doing? What's exciting? What's popular? What's cool? And I think upside down, maybe you've kind of lost yourself to that. It's like you're very much thrown about by the winds of everyone else. It's, you know, the group goes off and does this, and you're like, yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, I feel like you've kind of lost yourself in this. It's very much you're being thrown about by the waves and winds of groups and, you know, the energy all around you. And I think perhaps you're a bit, it's kind of like you're looking for something. You're looking for some sort of direction or you're looking for someone to tell you what to do or where to go. And your focus is very much external, but to the point where you've kind of lost attachment to your own passion and your own enthusiasm, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's a really interesting starting point. All right, let's keep going. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so it seems you kind of committed yourself to this. You were like, all right, I'm just going to put all of my energy, time, and invest in whatever opportunity is before me. If someone invites me to something, I'm going to do it. If someone offers me a job, I'm going to do it. If someone, like any offer that comes to you, you're like, all right, I'm in 110%, 200%. I'm going to do it and go for it. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Being open is wonderful and great. Investing and putting your energy into things is great. But I'm feeling there's a lot of frantic energy here. You're kind of just like, okay, what's next? What's next? All right, that, this direction, this direction, this direction. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So yeah, there's a lot of frenzy here. Again, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It might just be where you're at the moment. We're going to keep going and see what the challenge is. I'm not going to say anything yet. I'll wait and see what the cards say. But yeah, it just feels there's a lot of frenzy here. And maybe you might be feeling that. Okay. Yep. That makes sense. So, you're very much at the moment focused on the people around you, your connections, your social life, maybe your work networks and work colleagues. For you at the moment, all of this energy is very externally focused. And you're very much investing in getting to know people, having new experiences, expanding your social networks, just being out there, being very extroverted. And again, none of this is bad. It's more just the only flag I can see is it seems a bit frenzious. I don't know, like it's a bit manic. So, I kind of want to say, where's your grounding in this? But let's wait and see what the cards say, okay? What did I say about grounding? Okay, all right. So, sorry, I'm laughing at the cards. I'm not laughing at you. The epitome of groundedness is the King of Pentacles. The King has everything is stable. They know exactly where their finances are. They've, if you think of all the areas of your life, they have a roof over their head. They know where their income's coming from. They know exactly all their expenses. They know their social network. Like, everything in their life is very, very stable. And they can sit back and be like, okay, this is what I have around me. This is what I can rely on. And I can trust in it, and I can sit back and relax. So this is your challenge at the moment. I can see that's where this frenzy is coming from. It looks like there's probably instability in your life in a few different areas, whether that's work, finance, housing, social networks, family. You probably feel that everything's a bit up in the air and you're trying to find your grounding, and that's why you're pushing and trying so hard. And you want to get to this place of being the King of Pentacles, where you're like, okay, I can see the lay of the land. I know where everything is. I can rely on it. And now I can sit back and kind of rest and be at peace and not be so frenzious. So this is what you're trying to achieve and where you're going. Let's keep going. Oh, so you've had some instability in your home life. Something to do, and so the Four of Wands is definitely about, it's a combination. It's about home life and family, and it's definitely about stability and having this place where you can just rest and let your guard down. And this coming in upside down means you've had some experience where the rug's been, pulled out from under you, and your stability and having that place of safety where you can let your guard down has just kind of vanished. Which explains why you've got this frenzious activity at the moment. It's like, You're right. All right, everything's up in the air. I need to find my sense of stability. I need to find the ground to stand on. So I'm just going to push and push and push and go in every direction until something lands and something settles. Okay. So that's where you're at the moment. Okay. So Six of Swords is all about leaving something behind and moving to something new. And it looks like here there's some resistance. So this might be a tough one to hear, but I have a feeling that you're looking to create stability in things that are similar to what you had before. So you're pursuing things that are familiar. So if you had a group of friends and suddenly that fell through, you've like, oh, these people, they feel the same. They look the same. It looks like you're like, okay, well, that's familiar, so I'm going to pursue that. Or if your job has, been unstable, you're like, all right, I'll apply for this job and that job and that job because it's familiar. It looks comfortable. It looks safe. So there's something here about not being able to leave something old behind to move to something new. So I would say here, perhaps as you're going out and accepting all these offers and opportunities, you're probably still seeing it through the lens of what was before. So the stability and sense of home that you had before, you're kind of viewing what's in front of you through that lens and going, all right, well, that looks familiar, I'll pursue that. That looks familiar and safe, I'll pursue that. But it looks like here, for you to get back to a sense of stability and things being in control, it's going to look very different to what it looked like before. And perhaps you don't know what that is yet. Perhaps you can't see that yet, or you're not aware of it yet. But I have a feeling you might need to spend some time thinking about, even why did your sense of stability end? Maybe it wasn't just that it was just random chance that something came to an end. Maybe it actually wasn't as stable. Maybe it actually wasn't as stable and reliable as you thought it was, which means for you to move on to something bigger and better and greater, it's going to look different to what you had before, but it's going to bring you back to this sense of stability. Oh, okay. All right. Let's look at the advice about this situation. What did I say? Okay. Sorry. I love tarot. What did I say? So, judgment is all about seeing things with perspective and clarity. So, it's a bit intense. And, sorry, this is a bit of a side note. I have my own experiences with religion that, have their own religious trauma, blah, blah, blah. But put that aside. So for me, the judgment has very heavy connotations, but on this card, has nothing to do with that. Judgment is more about having higher judgment, higher perspective, being able to see with better clarity and having more data so that, how you make decisions, you have more perspective and more clarity. So these people here, they're coming out of their grave. So they literally died. Their old life was shed and they've come back and they're completely new and they're completely someone different into a completely new world. And the angel here is like some truth or calling that has summoned them out of the old and into the new. So to tie this back, like I said, what you had before, whilst you thought it was home and you thought it was safe and you thought it was stable, there was something that wasn't quite right. And maybe you can't see it yet or you're not aware of it yet. But judgment and it came in upside down, is calling you to step back and see, let something go, see it for what it was, and to allow something new to come in. And because it was upside down, I'd say you're either resisting this or you don't yet have that full and bigger perspective. Sorry. Wait. Give me a second. My brain's not working. Come on, computer. What was I saying? Pisces. I was about to say Libra. I'm sorry. Pisces. So your advice here is to, because this came in upside down, is to allow yourself to step back and see things with a bit of distance. You need to have that perspective and that clarity, because once you can look back at what you had and see how it actually wasn't your Four of Wands, it actually wasn't your sense of home, safety, stability, where you could let your guard down, you'll be able to see, oh, actually, this is what I want and this is what I need. And once you have that vision, as you're, going out, meeting people, being like open and going 100% into new opportunities, you'll be able to see what it is you actually want and need. It's all about leaving behind the old and going into something new. All right. Oh, Knight of Swords, eh? So we've had 2 nights. So this was sitting in your environment or external factors. So I'd say there's probably a lot of people throwing opinions at you right now. Maybe they know your situation. Maybe they know that you've got some transitions happening in your life right now. And there's a lot of opinions being thrown at you. And the thing is, I can see here, you're very open. You're very much searching. So I would just say, since we're trying to get this higher perspective, be very careful about these opinions that are coming in. Take them with a grain of salt, weigh them over. Think about who's telling you, like, are they someone that you know and trust and that knows you well? But also think about, how does it actually apply to you and your situation and the past? I feel like a lot of processing has to go on at the moment. A lot of processing. Yeah, and I can see that you're very much looking for clarity, right? So the King of Swords, they completely know their own perspective and their own opinion and their own experience. And they can sit confidently and not be shaken out of that. And the thing is, you kind of want to be in that position. You want to have that insight and wisdom about your situation. And that's something you're struggling with at the moment. And with all these other people coming in, giving you their 2 cents, with you not being able to see the past clearly just yet, and not being able to see what it is you actually want for your future, yeah, like I said, you've got a lot of processing to do. It hasn't come up in the advice, but I would dare say, slow down. Like, stop rushing into everything and giving all your energy away. I very much think you need some time to rest and reflect. Okay, final outcome. Wow, the 3rd night. All right, I know I've said rest and reflect. None of the cards have said this. So maybe for you it's a process. There's so many nights here. Maybe you're going to learn by doing. Maybe by keep going into all these opportunities and experiences, you're going to slowly learn and you're going to see, oh, actually, I went in here, it wasn't quite right. I went in here, it wasn't quite right. So maybe just by trial and error, that's how you're going to get through. So I hope you've got the stamina. It looks like you're going to be spending a lot of energy doing trial and error. But it looks like the final outcome, again, you've got free will, make your own choices, is that there's going to be something So Knight of Pentacles is all about putting in hard work. Knight of Swords, which was external factors, is people throwing around their opinions, just like speaking off the cuff. Knight of Cups, however, as the final outcome, is you having some sort of alignment with your heart, where you're able to put your heart into something. So I can see here, it's not necessarily guaranteed that you're going to find your way back to home, but there's going to be something that's going to come up that you're going to feel very open and compelled to invest in with your heart energy, which is still very lovely. Oh my God. Okay. Pisces, that was a lot. It just sounds like you're very busy at the moment. Just take care of yourself. I can see you're very open to new experiences. But please be discerning, and it's a journey. You're going to learn things along the way. All right, let's have a quick look at the bottom of the deck. Just to peel behind the veil, look behind the curtain. Okay, a bit of indecision. Tapping into your intuition. A cycle coming to completion. You struggling to step into your power, but working a lot alongside other people. Okay, there's a bit of a journey ahead of you. That's all I can say. Yeah. I feel like I should have pulled the Fool card tonight. The Fool is all about just being open, being a student, doing your best, trial and error, and being open to what comes your way. So, Pisces, yeah, that was a bit of a weird reading. I hope it resonated with you, but just keep going, keep learning, keep having experiences, and something's going to land that you're going to feel passionate about, and you're going to find emotionally fulfilling. And I hope that leads you back to that place of feeling at home and some stability. Okay? All right. Bye for now, my loves. If you liked this video, please hit the like button, hit subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you next time, my loves. Bye.